Our next speaker here is Datin Jalina. M. Datin Siti Rosma Jalina is wife to a 7-star Major General Dato Palwan H from Malaysia. She has a Bachelor of Honors in English Literature. She chose to be an educationist, and she's been working with the ministries in Malaysia since 1988 to 2010. She's been holding various important positions in the Education Ministry of Malaysia. Painting and performing arts is her passion, and she's been fascinated into sceneries and landscaping that she portrays in her paintings. She's a trained ballet dancer and has been performing in theatre since she was 9. And her creative abilities also extend to designing clothes. She has a label in Malaysia. It's called Khaira, and which was established a year ago. So, Datin Jalina, over to you, please.
Thank you, my lovely sister.
Thank you.
Good evening to all my dear friends and fellow audience. Hope that all of you are in ravishing health, staying healthy and safe. I felt honored to be on board among the astounding lineup of speakers. What I want to share here is that my point of view on the topic of art and education benefit and impact. A bit about myself, an educationist and academically teaching English literature in a secondary government school. However, I am now retired, but my enthusiasm on art, music, and creative side of me meant to stay. My husband used to say to me that I'm just like an onion, whereby you have so many layers. You peel one, you will reveal one, and you peel another one, you will reveal another one. So what I'm trying to stress out here is that to be a balanced person, you need to have these elements and values. There is a fountain of youth which is in your mind, your talent, the creativity you bring to your life and the lives of the people you love. When you learn to tap these sources, you will have truly defeated age. I am 54 years old, but I still can perform ballet, and I can sing, and I can do performing arts. And whenever that I have opportunities to perform, I would grab the opportunity, you see. And I am exposed to art and music and performing art as early as 6 years old, and have been performing in theatres as young as 9 years old, as Dr. Rupa have mentioned. It is indeed an element that mold me to who I am today. I believe when you have the music in your heart, you are forever young and looking at life at a very different perspective, not easily dampened by any issues or crises, and always will know what actions or solution in solving matters. Guess the study of the left side of the brain which is responsible to perform tasks that have logic, creativity, and art is truly enhanced when you exercise the ability of it. A man should hear a little music, read a little poetry, and see a fine picture. In order that you are at the point where you care about others and not only to obliterate the sense of the beautiful which God has implanted in the human soul. Throughout my teaching career, I noticed that art and music not only help my students to develop creative problem-solving skills, but also capable to present difficult concepts, visually making them more easy to understand. Visual arts will also help students with the development of motor skills, language skills, social skills, decision-making, risk-taking, and inventiveness. Able to balance problem-solving skills, innovative minds, set and communicative attitude. I believe that art education can instill in young people a sense of the satisfaction that comes from working to create something, the ability to use and understand language effectively, and a sense of the values that permit civilized life to go on. The art have often been central to the idea of education being about instilling a love of learning, of acquiring knowledge. Skills that young people will need to develop for future, enabling young people to express and understand themselves and others through words, music, and art. It is proven that these elements and values would be an added value for them to succeed in the world of work in the future, where the speed of change in technology will place an even greater requirement upon creativity, imagination, and communication. Without creativity, there would be no design, no innovation, no advert, no film, no product design, no fashion, no fabric design, no invention, and a lot more needs to go. And imagine if our world, it is in only gray, black, and white without these colorful values added to humans. Learning to think like an artist is fundamental values to everyone, whatever their career path may be, because an artist learns to have curiosity, to think about the bigger picture and find detail, to think about solutions and creative answers to questions. Aristotle has once said, the root of education is bitter, but the fruit is sweet. I can go on for hours about this if time is on my side, actually, talking about art, music, and it is actually close to my heart and it is my passion throughout. Being a persona myself and having loving art mold me to be who I am today. My talent and ability to academic qualification, of course, there's no doctorate or there's no master's to simplify what you have. Talent can be built, talent can be molded, and talent can be taught. I am truly indeed agreed to what Dr. Rupa is emphasizing. It should be as one of the important elements of study course to enhance some sensitivity in our university students and all that, so that this element, these values is not only to be used or think to as professional values about it, working and to earn some living about it. But then these values of art, performing, and also music is something to enhance you to be a balanced and complete person. I am able to say that I am a balanced person, having the creative side of me that make me fun and bubbly, one thing, and see the world in every way that I can imagine, and enabling me to contribute in which I will way that I've never imagined. The platform that really offered to me with all these astounding speakers and all that, to share a value and to share an element as a normal person. Uh, it is something very fundamental, and I think it is very important for us to have this in our education systems to produce a complete well-knowledge person. You need to have a very lighter impact on it, not to produce a person who is straightforward, which is able only to see the mechanism of life, but to produce a person who is enable them to adapt to the world within the technology, within the entertainment world, and also the value of arts. Without arts, without performing arts, without music, there will not be culture. Civilization will not exist with culture, and we as human beings wouldn't have our identity as a human being and as a person. With that, I think, thank you again, fellow friends and audience, for your time and attention. To my lovely sister, Dr. Rupa, for this floor. With this, I end. In art, the hand can never execute anything higher than with heart can imagine. Thank you and have a lovely day, everybody.
Thank you, Datin Jalina. It was a very emotional, heart-touching speech or talk you just gave. I completely agree with you. To have well, all-rounded, knowledgeable, cultural person, one needs to have arts and humanitarian studies as a part of their mainstream subject, whether it is engineering or agriculture or medical. It's important. I have always suggested that there is always a difference between formal education systems and knowledge. India was all about knowledge givers. Now when I say knowledge givers, it's the education system of India was imparting knowledge and skill sets that transformed a person, that added social value to a human being. And in today's world we can say which translates into social and economic value, but that's impossible without the element of art in mainstream studies. Can't endorse with you more. Thank you so much for being here and for your wonderful inputs.